What's happening out there today, everyone? Remo back, and we are out on, well, we're back to Snowrunner on this one. I'm still kind of working on the expeditions map, the Beaver Creek map, but right now, from what I can gather with Mod.io, there were 3 maps available. One of them didn't have any tasks, the Islands map, and African Savannah, I think, is the other map. We both had a couple missions on it, and they didn't seem to get approved anywhere. So I've put Beaver Creek out with no missions right now, so hopefully it can get out to all the platforms. And I'm going to be working on missions in the background as things get fixed up with the editor issues of some things not working. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to head back over to Snowrunner now, and what we are doing, as you saw in the intro, is I'm going to be working on a Death Roads map. Now, I've been watching quite a few YouTube videos, and I'm really trying to get the feel of that precarious type road, and I think I've only got a small chunk of this map done, but I think I'm starting to hit the feel for it right now. In general, those areas look really pretty heavy with foliage, not a ton of rocks, but we're going to have muddy, tight little road. Right now we're actually just leaving the small little town. I'm going to have a few lumber areas that you're going to have to deliver logs to. Hint, hint, that's going to be one of the major features of this map. It's a lot of what I see being hauled around out there, people. I figured we could work in some tasks with like maybe fruit and produce and stuff with some of the cargo containers. In general, the way I'm going to lay this out is there's kind of, I think there's 4 or 5 different mountain range kind of areas that are cut up by rivers that are deep valleys, and you'll see just coming around the corner we're going to hit our first bridge. There's going to be a few bridges that are pretty sketchy like this one. There's also going to be a whole bunch of trails that go down to the river, because essentially another way to travel would be down the river, because it's going to all be basically the same height all the way across. It's going to cut up all these different mountain ranges. It's actually kind of sketchy driving across here too. It's a long way up. Anytime you're heading down or up to the top of mountains, there are going to be a bunch of little cutoff trails. You're going to be featuring a lot of switchbacks and stuff, so picking the right vehicle and vehicle length and scouting out which trails you can get through are going to be helpful. This road, this map in general, I'm going to make on the wet side, so there's going to be a lot of mud. It's not going to be bury the truck deep mud, but it is going to be wet everywhere, kind of giving that tropical feel. As I've been researching, that is a long way down. No mess ups, right? You only get one chance. But as I've been doing research and watching some of the videos on some of these death roads, regardless of where they are, they typically seem to have a bit of trees, a bit of small foliage. We got some new different vegetation with the season 12 update, so I'm utilizing that here. I've been down this once a little bit earlier, and right now I'm pretty happy with the look and the feel. The first shot I had at this when I went for a test, I was going to do a video, but I made the road, it was probably twice as wide as this, and there's really no fear of falling off. So I came back through, I narrowed it down. It's essentially 1 and a bit lanes, and there's going to be a lot of tip-offs down the hill and stuff, so it's going to be one of those ones that you're going to have to drive carefully. I'll make some narrower spots. Up here we're going to come across a bit of a waterfall, a light little bit of water coming down and kind of washing across the road. It still looks a little rough. I'm still kind of playing around to make it look a little more realistic, but the water in this game doesn't like to do waterfalls very much. So I'll keep working on it and tweaking it, but it gives the feel right here. You can see it. It's just when you tip the water vertically like that, you can see how shiny it is. There isn't really much I can do about it, but I want this feel in the map, so I'll play around with it a bit more. There'll probably be a few more spots like that. That you know, different obstacles you'd see. on these roads. Again, task-wise, I'm thinking hauling a bunch of logs. We could probably do the sequoias too. Maybe build a few buildings around. We'll just do the general stuff, but bottom line is all these different mountain ranges are going to have these death roads style roads coming across the sides of them. There's going to be roads that scoot up to go up to different areas up on the top of these mountains, and there's going to be stuff that cuts down into the river, which is a feasible way to travel. As I mentioned earlier, it'll have its challenges too, but getting up out of it, it's going to always be switchbacks or something tough like that with tight turns, so it should be a good logistical challenge this way. I'm pretty happy with the muddiness on this part of the road. I want to make it a little bit wetter and a little soft, but not real deep mud that we're going to have to fight through the whole way. This is a pretty good idea. I'm really liking the look right in here and the width of the road. I do feel like I could easily drive off. I'm driving in automatic and I should probably be in low high, low plus, and here's our first crash. So anyways, let me know what you think. Ideas for the map. This is what I'm going to be working on in the near future, along with a bit of expedition stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again soon.